公主你有理。
During the early years of this century, under the guidance of Chinese boxing master Chao Tzu-ho, the founder of Pangai Noon Karate became a famous martial artist. Supported by his teacher, Kambun Uechi opened a training hall which attracted many students and built him a strong reputation. Unfortunately, one of his best students killed a peasant in a dispute over water rights during the drought of 1908. This changed the future for Kambun Uechi, ended his stay in China, and put the survival of Pangai Noon at risk. When he returned to Okinawa in 1909, Uechi was a deeply troubled man. He felt responsible for the actions of the student whom he had trained, but in whom he had failed to instill the profound moral responsibility that must accompany great physical power. During his absence in China, the formerly secret art of karate had been modified and introduced into the Okinawan school system. However, despite its growing popularity and requests from the authorities, Kambun Uechi would not offer his services as an instructor. For 17 years he refused to teach or even demonstrate karate. His despair at the death of the farmer reinforced his belief that karate should be taught in complete secrecy and then only to carefully selected students. In 1924, Kambun Uechi moved to Wakayama Prefecture in mainland Japan and started work at the spinning mill of the Hinomaru Company. Wakayama City boasted a large Okinawan population, employed mainly in the textile industry. A population that lived somewhat apart from the mainland Japanese, often in company housing. At this time, the Okinawan community was troubled from within by a criminal band that practiced the trades of extortion, blackmail, and theft with impunity. This made the lives of their countrymen miserable, and confirmed in the minds of many Japanese the undesirability of Okinawans in general and the inhabitants of Tehira Township in particular. Okinawan community leaders urged the martial artists in their midst to take action against the gangsters. Kambun Uechi, Motobu Chomo, and Ryuru Tomoyose rose to the challenge and speedily eradicated the undesirable element. The grateful citizens, realizing they had a martial arts master in their midst, begged Kambun Uechi to instruct them. After 17 years, he finally relented, and in April 1926, the first Pangai Noon training hall was opened in Japan behind the company housing unit of the textile factory that employed so many of them. Then as now, great emphasis was placed on learning the fundamental techniques. This most common of Uechi-ryu techniques shows clearly the style's Chinese heritage. The opponent is caught with one hand, then attacked with a single knuckle strike. In the kicking technique that follows the circular block, The attack is carried out with the edge of the attacking foot. In trademark Uechi fashion, in this block and front kick combination, the attack is delivered with the point of the big toe. The elbow attack to the opponent's body is delivered with a strong snapping action. In this combination, the opponent is grasped, then struck on the temple with an upward curving punch, using a single knuckle to deliver the blow. An ancient technique involving a block then simultaneous strike to the eyes and groin. This exact combination can be seen in the bubishi. Its longevity is a tribute to its effectiveness against even the strongest opponent. This is a combination of blocking techniques. The overall movement is soft and yielding so as to neutralize an aggressive opponent. Overcoming hard by being soft is a fundamental principle of true karate. This technique is performed with a soft snapping action of the hands in hiraken. It is a perfect example of an offensive defense. This apparently simple technique is anything but simple and is almost always performed incorrectly. Despite its name, it is actually an attacking technique that, when performed correctly, can be devastating. This flicking technique with the fingers directed at the opponent's eyes depends upon speed and not power for success. It is designated a dragon technique in Pangai noon Uechi. The movement takes its name from the tail of the goldfish. High attacks are diverted upwards using shukoken, while front kicks are driven forcefully downwards. All techniques are performed directly in front of the body to protect the center line. These flowing, apparently soft techniques are in reality effective blocks that divert attacks without the need for significant movement. They are therefore both fast, effective, and efficient. In this technique, the opponent's arms are grasped and entangled to control him or throw him down while he is unable to resist. Its application will be clear from the Yakusoku Kumite demonstration that follows the kata section. These difficult movements are rarely taught in detail, and few people know their purpose. The movement is in fact a lunge forward, a leg grab, followed by a throw, as the demonstration later in this program will show. It is important while practicing these techniques that you keep your body at the same height. The purpose of the techniques will become clear when you watch the Yakusoku Kumite demonstration that follows the demonstration of Seichin. The techniques of Pangai Noon and their applications are to be found in the kata. 3 were brought back from China by the founder, and 5 were later developed by his son. 3 of those now follow.
Kata. Kanchi. Kanshi. 肩聖鎮
In Yakusoku Kumite, the movements of the kata are performed by trainees as they would likely occur in combat. This makes the partners aware of the methodology of their style and develops their sense of timing, distance, and rhythm.
Here. Peace. Here. See, say, see, here. Here. Eat. Peace! 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 Here. 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 Hey, 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 see, yes, see, hey, hey.
Part 3 of this series will include a brief biography of the author, Shinyu Gushi, together with demonstrations of the new kata, seiryu and kanchin, and the ancient forms sanseiro and seisan.
The Dragon Associates website features everything from fast-breaking news to a martial arts store, information on the latest videos to back issues of Dragon Times and Fighting Arts magazine. For information you can depend on from the best instructors and martial arts writers in the world, visit us on the World Wide Web at www.dragon-tsunami.org. Dragon Associates since 1968. Tsunami martial arts videos are recognized worldwide as the very finest of their kind. Tsunami's dedicated production team has captured, in their most perfect form, the classical schools of karate. In doing so, they have produced a historical resource of enormous value to this and future generations. The best instructors, the best photography and sound, the best writing and research. Tsunami, the best martial